The girl was mistaken for a vampire just because she was born with superhuman strength to live a peaceful life. She had no choice but to transfer to a new school. However, on the very first day of transferring, she accidentally exposed her ability again. Not long ago, because of Suha's sudden transfer, there were no empty rooms in the new dormitory, so the teacher could only temporarily arrange for her to live alone in the old dorm. The school had a rule that after sunset, students were not allowed to leave campus on their own. After all, a murder case had just happened nearby, and it was rumored to be the work of a vampire. The teacher then said that Desel Academy had strict screening, and there was absolutely no way a vampire could appear. So Saha didn't need to worry too much, but on the way to the dorm, Soha accidentally made eye contact with a man. He froze for a moment, then pretended nothing happened and walked away. Although Soha's dorm room was a complete mess, she was still very happy. Because the new school was famous in the city for completely eliminating vampires, so she definitely wouldn't be mistaken for one again. This time she was determined to live a peaceful school life. Just as Soha was about to start cleaning the dorm, the man from earlier suddenly opened the door and appeared. Suha's terrible memories from the past resurfaced instantly. She hurriedly explained that everything was a misunderstanding, and that she absolutely wasn't a vampire. Unexpectedly, the man believed her without hesitation.
みんなそうだろうけど、絶対に疑われたくないの、私。世界中の誰よりもヴァンパイアを憎んでいるから。
He said he was just here to get his book, and didn't know this dorm had been reassigned. Soha didn't mind his sudden intrusion. Instead, she was very happy. This was the first time someone saw her ability, yet didn't suspect she was a vampire. Just as Soha wanted to talk more, the man took his book and left decisively. Soha immediately felt a little disappointed. She forgot to ask his name. She finally had a chance to make a new friend, but ended up missing it herself. At that moment, the man suddenly came back, and even took the initiative to ask Soha for her name.
私の名前、スハよ、スハっていうの。
スハ、かわいい名前だね。俺の名前は気にならない？
もちろん気になるよ。
He introduced himself as Heli, currently a 12th grade night school student. Later, Heli talked to his companions about Soha. She had moved into the old dorm everyone used as a storage room. Hearing that Heli had already gotten close to the transfer student, Alan thought he should keep his distance. Getting too close to humans would never end well. Heli understood his concern, but that girl was different. For some reason, he always felt inexplicably drawn to Soha. Cheyenne joked that it was love at first sight, but in reality, they couldn't fall in love with anyone. Besides, even if they got close to humans, they would never be accepted. In short, approaching Soha recklessly might instead put Heli in danger. The next day, while Soha was wandering around campus, she happened to see Heli not far away. She jogged over to greet him, but heard one of the boys say that they absolutely shouldn't get involved with the transfer student. Soha instantly felt sad. As expected, no one here wanted to accept her, but unexpectedly, the moment they saw Soha, the entire group's attitude changed completely. They all rushed forward to introduce themselves to her.
おい、お前ら。イアンだ。ちなみに、さっきソロンが言ってたことは気にしないでくれ。
Learning that Soha was still getting familiar with the new environment, they decided to accompany her around the campus. Alan, despite complaining, followed along as well. Soha envied how close they were, even though they were different ages. It turned out they were all orphans, and had grown up together in the same orphanage. Soon the group arrived at the sports field, but an accident suddenly happened. A ball flew straight towards Soha from the field. Heli pulled her tightly into his arms. Her face instantly turned bright red, so she quickly found an excuse to leave, but happened to run into Alan outside. Soha hurriedly thanked him for earlier, because when the ball flew over, it was Alan who grabbed her clothes first and pulled her aside. Alan, acting Sundara, said he didn't do it to save her. He just wanted to brush off the dust on his hand. In short, he told Soha not to think about getting close to them. They wouldn't be friends with anyone, especially not Soha. Although Alan sounded harsh, he was also confused. Even he felt inexplicably drawn to Soha.
なんだ。
分かった。これからは絶対挨拶をしない。
いいってしろよ挨拶。
会話も短くする。
別に長くてもいい。好きなようにしろ。
Alan reluctantly admitted to Soha. He didn't say those things because he disliked her, and Soha shouldn't take his words to heart, since no one would listen to him anyway. At this moment, the others finally understood what Heli meant earlier. Soha truly had a mysterious charm, as if something about her pulled at their hearts, making them want to help her fulfill all her wishes. The next day, Heli told Soha not to take Alan's words from yesterday seriously, because it wasn't her fault. After saying that, Heli revealed his own ability, using telepathy to tell her that everyone had secrets they couldn't reveal.
テレパシー。俺の特別な力、君にだけ教えてあげる。
That day after school, Soha wanted to clean her room, and the group decided to help. Soha casually lifted a box by her feet with ease, not knowing it contained several 40-pound dumbbells. Seeing this, Heli quickly stepped forward to take the box and help her out. Everyone had superpowers, so they weren't afraid of her, and they agreed to keep each other's secrets.
ねえ、見て見て。 俺はこんなことできるんだよ。実は俺も手が冷たい時は温めてあげるよ。俺はこんな感じ。
Soha was curious why Alan still hadn't shown his ability, but he remained his tsundere self, refusing to show it to her. After everyone left, Soha felt very happy. She realized she wasn't the only one in the world with special abilities. Even if she wasn't a vampire, there were still humans with unique powers. Alan, however, couldn't understand what Heli was thinking. Why reveal his ability in front of Soha? Even though Soha seemed to be an extremely special existence, they still shouldn't get involved with humans. After all, they were all vampires.